This is the split squat with the contralateral overhead press. So contralateral refers to opposite side. So in reference to my forward leg being the primary squatting agent here, this is the prime driver with some assistance from the back leg. Both are going to try and do their job of driving me upward. But in reference to this leg, we're going to be using the opposite arm to drive upward on the descent, which is going to be counterintuitive. Most people, when doing this action, are going to drive up and bring the arm up on the way up and then lower it down on the way down. And that's a fine movement. There's nothing wrong with that. But we're just going to try and give you a little bit more of a challenge, almost kind of patting the head and rubbing the tummy. We're going to try and get two items that may not feel all that coordinated to become more coordinated. Now, just for the sake of it, I do have a dumbbell here that I'm going to use for demonstration. And I might point out that if you have been doing strength training on a regular basis, you may find that loading just a little bit into these movements, not only this one, but many of the other resistance training exercises, may give you a better outcome in regards to testing and form, because you are very accustomed to doing movements under load more than just your body weight. For those that are not accustomed to strength training, it may be a better situation that you don't use the dumbbells right away or any of the other resistance type of tools that might be used in some of the other movements, because we'll see that you just really want to get the movements down properly before we start to add excessive loads or any other resistance. So, split squat, contralateral overhead press, is going to place one leg forward so that the ankle is directly above that knee. So the knee itself is at a right angle, and for that matter, the ankle itself and the hip, because the torso is going to stay nice and tall and upright above the back knee. Now, the back knee itself, from a profile, should be directly underneath my hip, shoulder over the hip itself, and the head over the shoulder. So all those weight-bearing items of my body, head, shoulders, hips, and knees, should all be vertically stacked. In this position, proper right angle, knee underneath the body, I'm going to put the dumbbell in the opposite hand of the forward leg. And I'll start it in the up position. And as I drive upward, I'm just going to bring the dumbbell down to my shoulder. From this position, I'm going to drop vertically and let this arm raise upward, and then repeat. As I descend, the arm rises up. And what you'll most likely see is in the background here, this handle is pretty much staying in place as the body drops underneath it, as well as when it comes up. So we shouldn't see the arm or the dumbbell actually moving back and forth like this. It stays in one place and the body moves underneath it. And of course, you'll want to switch sides and try and perform the same thing on the opposite side at first to see if there is a balance of strength, coordination, and balance for that matter between both sides. You'll most likely find that one is a little less coordinated. Perhaps it doesn't feel as strong, and therefore there is the weak link in your mechanics that we want to try and develop and bring up to the same level as the more dominant side. But we won't know that until you do both sides, and as well assess before and after the movement, like everything else you've been doing, to make sure that this is the right movement for you at this time. And depending upon whether or not you use weights, well, the testing will help you with that as well.